Morning. Do you know the game musical chairs? It's a very famous game. When the music stops, every player must sit down in one of the chairs. The player who's left without a chair is eliminated from the game. When I was a little child, I was playing the game in a preschool. The game I was doing at that time was a little bit transformed from the standard musical chairs. First, every child stands at the starting line. When the teacher whistles, everyone must run to the chairs to sit down in one of the chairs. One day my mother visited the preschool and watched me playing the game. When the teacher whistled, I ran fast and arrived at the chairs before the other children. But I could not decide which chair I should take. While I was thinking, other children all arrived and they all sat down. So even though I arrived earlier, there were no chairs left for me. Like this episode in my childhood, in my life, I always tried to find the right choice or the best choice. Sometimes I was too hesitant to choose, especially when they were very important decisions in my life. It is said, life is the sea between B and D. Do you know the meaning of this? Life is the sea between B and D. It means life is choices between birth and death. A life is the succession of big and small choices. Sometimes, like the traveler in Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken, some choices make all the difference in our life. Then how can we make good choices? This might be the common question to everyone. How can we make good choices? We should choose the general direction in life. Once the direction in life is chosen, we can make the thousands of choices that follow. It is like the small wheel of a machine turns as its motor turns. Great Master Sotaesan, the founding master of won-buddhism, said, "It is clear that the choice of direction in life is the most important. Once the right direction is chosen, the foundation of success lies in exerting sincere effort for what one aims at." And what is your direction in your life? Do you know it clearly, your direction in life? Master Chongsan, the second head Dharma master of won-buddhism, said, "The vow helps us choose our direction. The vow is a great aspiration, and it is different from ambition. When we chant the Ilwon-sang vow, we are making a commitment to cultivate our Buddha nature. Likewise, the vow is making a commitment, not just for me, but for others and for the world. In traveling in a desert, the map is not useful because the shape and the place of the sand hill keep changing according to how the wind blows. So in the desert, it's better to rely on a compass rather than a map. I never traveled a desert yet, but I heard. Our situation always changes like a desert. But once you choose your direction, it will be your compass, the guiding star in your lives. And the direction will be the standard for making many choices in your life. And to make good choices, we also need guidance. And correct advice from mentors help us make good choices. Do you have such mentors who help you to make good choices and open your futures? If you have, you are very lucky. And Master Jeongsan said, the Dharma affinity guides and fosters the vow. Dharma affinity is any relationship with people who practice the truthful way together. And good Dharma affinities are great guides because they encourage us to recall our aspiration and to keep the right direction in our lives. Also, the reason why we read and study scriptures is to get this guidance. Even though we cannot directly meet great saints and sages, we can have access to their wisdom through studying scriptures. The great wisdom and teachings of the great enlightened ones is a good standard for making many choices in our lives. And Master Sotaesan said, the truth of the universe originally involves continuous circulation over and over again without either arising or ceasing, so that whatever goes comes again, and whatever comes goes again, and a giver becomes a receiver, and a receiver becomes a giver. This is a constant way that never changes throughout all eternity. If we are aware of the continuous circulation without either arising or ceasing, and the principle of cause and effect, they become the standard of choosing something in our life. Likewise, we can borrow from the saints' great wisdom by studying scriptures and get guidance from them. Even though I have many guides who give me correct advice, it's up to me to make a final decision. We are all creators of our own lives. So to make good choices, we need wisdom. Master Sotaesan said, we originally have that wisdom inside of us. We already have that wisdom inside of us. He said, it is the light of the empty and calm, numinous awareness in our original nature and our inborn wisdom. When the light of the wisdom shines, we can make good choices with sound thought. Can you see the light of wisdom shining inside you? If you can see, congratulations. But for me, it's not so easy to see clearly the light of wisdom. Sometimes I see just a glimpse of the light. This is because my mind is not always calm and not always empty. Master Sotaesan said, up in the sky, the bright moon will appear and shine on all things in the universe, only when the dark clouds are swept away. And the moon of wisdom will rise and shine on all living beings as a mirror, only if the clouds of strong desire, greed are dispelled in the mental sky of us practitioners. So today is cloudy, but how's your mental sky now? Is it clear, or are there some dark clouds? Or you don't know? Even in cloudy or rainy days, the sun and the moon still shine brightly behind the clouds. Likewise, even when your mind are not clear, the light of wisdom always shines. And what you have to do is dispel the dark clouds in your mind. And you can do that through practicing meditation. When our minds are empty and calm, we see the situation as it is without any attachment. It is often compared to a scale. So, what is a good scale? If the scale point to exactly 0 at the beginning, it is a good scale. If the scale does not always point to 0 at the beginning, we cannot weigh anything correctly. But my mind does not always point to 0 because of my preconceptions, emotions, and attachment. When the scale of the mind points to 0, we can make a good choice with sound thought. With sound thought, the choice will be perfect, fair, and unselfish. Meditation helps us to restore our mind to the 0 point. Sometimes, like in the musical chairs, making a choice is not easy. It is because choosing one thing means we must give up another thing. Like Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken, we cannot go on 2 roads at the same time. And we don't know clearly what will appear on the road that we have chosen. However, we value very much our freedom to make choices. In that way, we create our own lives. At the same time, we must take responsibility for the decision we make. Sometimes the result is not satisfactory, or there are unexpected consequences. We must let them go and learn from the experiences and move on, even when the outcome of our choice is not good. It is important to maintain an awareness of gratitude that we have opportunities to make these choices. And Descartes, the French philosopher, said, "I think, therefore I exist." And I want to say, I choose, therefore I exist. To make good choices, we need general direction in our life. As Master Jeongsan said, the vow helps us choose our direction. And the Dharma affinity guides and fosters the vow. You can have access to great saints and sages, great wisdom, through studying scriptures. And to make good choices, we need to have wisdom. And Master Sotaesan said, we already have the light of the empty and calm, numinous awareness in our original nature, our inborn wisdom. And meditation helps to dispel the dark clouds in our minds and restore our mind to the 0 point to make good choices with sound thought. I hope we make good choices in our lives. Thank you.